Hey, it's Andrea with Golden Acorns, where we help guide your growth in 12 key areas of life, like home, relationships, fun, and more. We bring simple, actionable ideas to help move you forward with purpose. Let's plant seeds of potential and grow a life you love. Please share and enjoy. Hey.
Sup?
Hi.
Hi.
We decided to not do a Monday.
I know this is so weird.
Or
The energies are all different.
maybe it'll be better.
The moon is in a different cycle. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's a Friday.
It is Friday.
Woo, woo. Yeah.
So even if you're listening to this on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, happy Friday.
That's right.
Today's Friday for you folks.
Everyone loves Friday's energy.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't even really matter to us because we don't work normal jobs, but still,
yeah,
Friday, I think it's everyone else's energy.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
You know?
Yeah.
And we'll ride that wave.
Vibes.
I will ride that wave. Let's go.
Yeah. So we had an interesting situation with our daughters on this last Sunday.
Yes.
And it made us think about a different component of being successful in life.
And it was neat. Well, I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I was there in spirit.
Yeah.
But I can imagine it because I know them so well. It was a neat juxtaposition because our two kids are so different.
Very different.
And that the situation involved both of them at the exact same time in the same setting.
Yeah.
So it was just different to see, I'm sure. Well, why don't you give us the brief story of it? So the brief story, and what we want to talk today about is soft skills, right? So our 9-year-old, she's currently 9, Sloan, is like this, like literally since the day she was born, she has had every soft skill. Like she just came out like with this freaking charisma. Yes.
And like she's cute, but she's not one of those like you don't look at her and just be like, oh my God, she's like the most beautiful. And like, you're not like drawn to her because of her beauty.
Yeah, that's not her superpower.
It is like you are drawn to her and you have no idea why. And like even adults, like we'll meet adults and they're like like I remember our nanny, she always used to say that too, be like, God, I don't know what it is about Sloan. And then like she got this new boyfriend and he started coming around a lot and he's like, I don't know what it is about Sloan. Like I will do anything for her. Like I will just,
she has this aura, right?
She does. Yeah. And it's just such a powerful skill. And I think it's the good juxtaposition with Weston, who's our 13-year-old. We used to lovingly call her Wednesday Addams, right? She's just like, she would wake up and we don't call her that anymore because we don't want to like create that as her identity.
No.
But I remember one day she woke up for school. She was probably 9 or 10. And she's like, oh, it's sunny outside. I'm like, okay, why is that a problem?
Yeah.
She's like, because if it's not raining, then we have to go outside for recess. Like, it's like only you. Yep. Only you would be sad that it's
99% of everyone else finds happiness. Yeah.
I wanted to draw inside. I didn't want to go outside for recess. So,
and like you said, it's been since birth.
Oh, both of them.
I mean,
they've just been that way.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, so the incident was we were at that GalaxyCon.
Yeah, small Comic-Con-y type show.
Yeah, and the girls were dressed up, right? Sloan just threw together this like
it was
random
a Halloween
costume that
had nothing to do.
Wig, had nothing to do with any characters or anything. And then Weston spent like hours on her crimping and making her wig perfect, like 5 hours on her wig. Not that day, but like before. And then like we spent probably 2.5 hours like with her getting ready.
She's
and her
like
makeup
putting makeup like dots on her face that are like in the perfect spot. Yeah. And I mean, she wanted to be movie quality.
Yes. Right.
And Sloan would just kind of put some stuff together.
This event was her birthday present. Like, she wanted to go. She loves anime. It was an anime character. She was dressed as an anime character. It was just like her thing, right? And Sloan was kind of a tag along. Like, she was kind of like a last minute.
Well, when you found out she got to go for free, you're like, you want to go?
Yeah, you want to go? Because I need someone to hang out with, right? And like, even the whole show, like, we're walking around and Sloan's like, Mom, can I take a picture with them? Can I take a picture with them? Can I take a picture? I mean, I go, you got to ask. And she just go up, can I take a picture with you? And like, of course, nobody said no to her. And then, that was the whole show. And then they said, we're going to do it. Or I looked at the thing and I was like, oh, kids costume contest at 12:30. I'm like, do you guys want to do that? And even Weston was like, yeah, like, she was so excited.
So you had to be in that moment just like, oh, Weston wants to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
I was like stoked. So we go up there. Long story short, Sloan, who has janky makeup on, no wig, just this random dress Halloween costume. She said she was a haunted doll. And so, before we went up there, she was like, Mom, I'm going to win it. And I'm looking at her. I'm like, okay, babe. Like,
love the confidence, right?
Okay, if you think so. Like,
well, because there were some other kids up there really decked out, right?
Oh, yeah. So they're going through, and our kids were the last ones because we couldn't find the plays, whatever. So they come on stage. And so I've seen everybody, right? And I'm like, oh, dang, there are some good costumes here.
Yeah.
She wins freaking second place in this competition.
I mean, right? Like, come on, that's some Riz right there.
Oh my God. I was like, and when they called her at second place, I knew the girl they were going to pick for first. And so just the deflation in Weston, I was like, oh no. And honestly, I do think that they thought she was like way older than she is, because everybody does.
Yeah, our daughter looks like a middle teenager,
like 17 probably
16, 17, and she's just turned 13,
and she's tall. I mean, she's like as tall as me, so like you would think that she was way older than she is. And there were 3 older kids that were in the competition. They were all amazing, and they didn't pick any of them. So I think part of it was the age, or like the look of them, and like they wanted younger kids to win. But man, she just went out there with that confidence and was just pulling out all the skills.
That energy radiates, though. Like, she's always had that gift of like attractiveness, and not physically, but like there's this energy that just magnetizes people.
Yeah, it's like a magnet. But that's what charisma is, right?
It is.
You're drawn in by people.
It is, but on top of that, like, so that's a gift, right?
Yeah.
That's not something you learn necessarily. That is a gift to have that. But then there's skills you learn on top of that just maximize it,
Yeah.
that anyone can learn. And I mean, if Weston ever listens to this, she'll probably be pissed, but Weston doesn't have that magnetism. No. Hers is kind of the opposite.
She kind of has that polarity.
Yes.
Like, stay away from me. Yeah. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, she's not approachable. She's not, but she could learn these soft skills that would transform that.
Yeah. And then after this, we're driving home. We stop at a gas station, and there's a guy with a Jeep next to us. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, like, Jeeps since COVID, everyone has all these little rubber duckies in their Jeeps. And she was like, that is such a cool Jeep.
When a Jeep is her, she loves Jeeps.
She loves Jeeps.
Yeah.
And this is like a Jeep Wrangler. Is that what they're called? Where you can take the doors off and stuff. And so his doors were off, and she just was like, that is so cool. I go, tell him. So this little 9-year-old, she's like, oh my God, I love your car. Like, goes up to him, and he's like, well, thank you. Like, he just like lit up, right? And she started asking him questions, and like, I don't know, where'd you get it? Or where are you going? Why do you have the doors off? I mean, just striking up a conversation with him. And he like just was beaming, and then he grabs this he's like, do you want a ducky? And she's like, sure. And he just like gives her this duck because she's so like charismatic and sweet, and he appreciated it.
That's what I was just going to say. The appreciation of somebody acknowledging something that's yours.
Yeah. And so then he ended up giving the other two girls ducks too. And so I pointed that out to them. I'm like, did you guys notice how happy he got because Sloan gave him a compliment? Because she approached him and said hi and like complimented his life.
Right.
How like that. I go, you guys, that just like made his whole day. Even driving away, he was just like beaming. He was so happy. Yeah. Like it was so cute. And I mean, obviously I wouldn't want them doing that when I'm not around, but like I was right there, you know, like there is that safety level.
But do a quick audit of even your last month in your brain. How many times or people have like complimented just out of the blue, complimented you on things? Because there's people you expect it from. And then, I mean, it kind of takes a little like, if they come out and we're like, oh, you look so nice today. Like, that's not the same as if a stranger in the grocery store is like, I love your outfit. Or, but do an audit. Like, when's the last time someone said something to you? Like people, we're just in a place where people don't talk to people. And it's so much more powerful, I think, because 100%. Of that. If you are that person.
I agree with you.
I'll give you another example quick. And I know we even got into the soft skills, but Sloan, like she's big enough now and she weighs enough, whatever, she can ride in the front seat. And so say we go to grab a coffee or something at the window, you know, I'm always there like, oh, here's your stuff. And I'm like, hey, thank you. Sloan always has to get in. And like, I don't do this. I don't like make her do it. She'll just like lean forward and get their attention and be like, thank you. Have a great day. And it catches people off guard. They're just like, wow, like, thank you. You know,
that this little kid is telling
passenger, little kid, right, is just like, and she means it.
She does.
She's not saying it to get something. She's not saying it because I'm telling her to say it. She wants to say it and wants to make people happy.
Oh, we have so many examples of people just like, here, little girl, do you want this random thing that I'm not giving to anyone else here? But for some reason, I'm going to give it to you. Like you said, she just has that. And like, I always am saying to her, like, Sloan, I just want to be you when I grow up. Like, she just, something, it's just there.
Absolutely.
It's just there. And I'm so proud that she has that, not because of anything I did. I'm proud for her. Like, I'm happy for her and hopeful that it, like, really drives her in life. You know what I mean? And you and I always joke that she's either going to be a CEO because she's just this leader, right?
Oh, she just grabs the reins and goes.
She'll be a cult leader if we go the wrong way with it. So we got to be careful.
Oh my God. Either way, she'll be the best. She'll be the best.
She'll be the best at it. She will have a lot of people drinking Kool-Aid.
I'm sure if in like Buddhism or some kind of Asian religion, there's something that they have a word for this, but it's like her chakras or something she's born just open. You know, she's open to give, open to receive. And I think that's that magnetism. It's just, she's just like, come to me, world, person, anything.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And conversely, Weston was born closed. Like,
yes, she
was, when I was pregnant with her, when our dogs would bark, she would jump. Like in the womb, she was afraid.
Yeah, just always kind of scared.
Yep, she was been afraid of like toilets flushing, and she's just always been very like scared, very closed off, very like. And I have extreme shyness, especially as a kid, and she has that too.
You've gotten over yours so much more though.
I've gotten a lot better.
Like halfway through a marriage, you still had it pretty. Well, maybe not halfway. It was kind of once you started your business and you were forced to be in front.
Yeah, that's exactly when. Yeah. Because when doing trade shows, like that's really what had to break me out of my shell was when you do trade shows, like you can't just be passive.
Yeah, no, not if you're trying to grow a business. You can't.
No. So. And my mom, God bless her, is not passive. She would just pull people in.
She was your anchor for a lot of those to start, right?
She was. She'd be like, you need to come and hear her talk, right? Like she would pull people in and then open the door for me so I could, you know.
Which is what you needed.
It is, because I was so deathly shy. And I do think you're kind of born one way or the other, you know?
I agree. Yeah.
So that's where.
But you can't use that as a crutch. Like,
correct.
There are ways to overcome it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a way that I'm growing. You don't have to grow in that way.
Sometimes I think I need to shut my mouth more.
I mean, Sloan gets her radiance from you. Right. There's no doubt about it.
I feel like sometimes you're like, do you have to talk to everyone? Can we just leave? You know? But anyway, so there's a long, brief story.
A long, brief story
about kind of what made us think about these soft skills.
Well, and we've both read the book Charisma Myth.
Yeah.
The Charisma Myth.
Been a minute.
And I've read that book like 4 times because I feel for me, it is stuff that I need to learn and practice. It does not come naturally to me.
Yeah. And everyone knows someone that just has that natural charisma, you know, and then it's a lot of times I think there's jealousy of like, God, they get everything, or they do
People
this.
Are just drawn to them.
Right. And it's like, that's their charisma.
It is.
People are powerless against it.
Yeah. And I think if you're in sales, it's super important.
Most salespeople probably have pretty good charisma.
Yeah.
Good salespeople, not like hokey, fake salespeople.
Not like used car salesmen.
No.
Not like that kind of.
No, that's scripted. There's a difference, you know, between that and like.
And just authenticity.
Authenticity. Yep. Great word.
Which ironically is number 10. I have 10 things.
Let's start this list. So these are kind of the top 10 things that, top 10 soft skills.
Yeah. That make people magnetic, likable, and highly effective in building relationships.
Right. And this is just off the internet, not, no books, nothing here for this, but
I would recommend the Charisma Myth for stepping up your charisma game.
Yeah. Because there's actually like actionable things in there to do.
Yeah. And I need to read it again. Like I always know there's 3 things that make you charismatic. I'm trying to remember them. Power, presence, and warmth.
Ooh.
So exuding power, being present, and being warm.
Which being present is one of these on here. Like active listening, you know?
And I would say, yeah, I mean, think about when you're with a friend, maybe you're out to lunch, and they like check their phone or they check their watch. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it makes you feel like there's something else they need to be doing.
Like you're not important because you're not present with them. Right.
And some of the best charismatic people, who was it?
Kills charisma.
It was like Princess Diana or someone like super powerful though. Like one of their superpowers was people were like, I felt like I was the only person in the room with her when we were together.
Yeah.
You know, someone that has a million things probably pulling them in a direction to make someone feel like I'm only here for you. Like that's charisma.
That is because it's presence.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm sure they were exuding these skills while being powerful, present, and warm.
Absolutely.
So out of those 3 things, power, presence, and warmth.
Yeah.
What would you say you would need to work on the most?
Presence.
Really?
Yeah.
When we did this in our book club, I would say that was most people's challenge.
It's because we're so distracted. And we have devices on us that are notifying us all the time. Like everything in our life bings and dings and vibrates to tell us to get our attention, right?
Yeah.
So that's hard.
Yeah. For me, it's warmth.
And honestly,
not presence.
The watches, so I have one now too.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's kind of the worst because a phone, it's weird. You can
ignore your phone?
I can ignore my phone if it's vibrating in my pocket, but it's almost like a reaction for just to flip my hand up and look at my watch. Because it's the same thing. That's my notification coming in, right? So that's tough. Yeah,
and I've noticed like I get really irritated when you check your watch.
What's going on? You know, you almost snap at me. So
yeah, well, because you're not present and I feel ignored and I feel right. So
what's that? I was blacked out. What'd you say? Kidding. I heard 50% of what you said.
Yeah.
No,
typical.
but If you could remind me in like 30 minutes. But no, like I think that's why people have so much of a hard time being present.
Is why all the distractions.
Just everything's distracting us and pulling our presence somewhere else.
So number 1, active listening. Not just hearing words, but truly understanding. I think the biggest thing with active listening is just asking questions.
It's either, asking questions and mirroring are 2 great ways.
Ooh, can you describe mirroring?
Yeah, so mirroring to me is matching someone's energies or emotions or mannerism, and that usually leads to similar questions, like to really good back and forth questions. Mm-hmm. But like that's mirroring somebody. So someone's all excited and like telling you this story, you're not gonna be like, yeah, and then what did they do? Like that's right. They're like, wow, all right. You need to mirror them, match that.
You're really into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you would say mirroring is? Or do you do it differently?
I'm not good at it. So, I mean, I'm a good active listener. I think where I prove that I'm active listening to people so that they feel heard and seen is bringing back up something they said later.
Oh, God, you are so good at, you always just say, I just listen, but it's more than that. You remember. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm listening. I'm like truly soaking in.
You do
what people say, right?
I've been there when you ask people questions later, and they're even like, "What? How did you know that?" And you're like, "Well, you told me that on August 2nd at 9:07 a.m."
I'm not that
bad. I know, but it's like you surprise people when they're like, "No one listens like that or remembers."
Right. I know. People tell me their birthdays or their kids' names or their dog's name, and then you just bring that back up. And it's kind of like a weapon, right? It's like, holy shit, you remembered my dog's name?
Right.
How did you know I had that dog? Like, because you told me one time.
Or you're like, didn't you just take a trip down to like Jamaica or something? Like people are like, oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So I like that almost more than asking them questions. I think asking questions is good. It's a good first step. Because if any of you have narcissists in your life, they don't ask you questions.
No, they bring stuff up about themselves.
Yeah, they're just jumping back in to relate what you're saying back to them.
Yes, is exactly it.
And that that's the opposite of charisma, right? Then you're just like, ugh, I don't want to talk to that person. All they do is talk about themselves, And then I'm like hyper aware of it and like try so hard not to be that person. I definitely used to be.
Well, and people love talking about themselves. Mm-hmm. Like everyone does. Yeah. So keep asking questions.
Even on this podcast, I'm like, do I talk too much about myself and do I bring to it? Like I'm very hyper aware.
There's no one else to talk here.
Well, I know, but you don't talk enough. I talk too much.
Disagree. What's next?
Empathy. So being able to step into someone's shoes, acknowledging their feelings, validating their perspective, responding with care.
Yeah, getting on their side,
Emotional intelligence. We've talked about this before. Just managing your own emotions while also reading and adapting to the emotions of others. Holy cow, this is like learning a foreign language.
It is. I feel like empathy is part of emotional intelligence too. To a degree, but emotional intelligence is tough.
And it takes a lot of practice. Like I am just starting to feel like I'm like level 1 French, right? Like I feel like I'm like level 1 emotional intelligence.
Yeah. And when you don't use it, you literally, it goes away.
I mean, I have to be so conscious about it all the time.
Yeah.
And it comes back to like the biggest thing I've noticed is just validating other people's feelings and let them have the feeling that they're having. Nobody wants to let people have their feelings. That's step 1.
Yeah.
It's like if someone's super angry, they're acknowledge that they're angry and then let them be angry. Like say, yeah, I would also be angry. Like I understand that emotion.
So I shouldn't say like, well, you shouldn't be angry about that.
Right. Like that's the biggest thing. Like, don't be sad. And it feels empathetic to be like, oh, don't be sad.
It does. But now you're saying like their feelings are wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyways, I am not an expert on this. We're working on it. So
always.
But I can give an example. You know, when we were at our girls' retreat, we were discussing limiting beliefs and we were trying to come up with like group limiting beliefs. Right. And one of our girlfriends, like a couple suggestions in a row, the rest of us were like, no, we don't really feel that way. And it like triggered her to feel like we were, you know, shutting down her feelings.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, and then I recognized that and I did my best. Hopefully she noticed it, but to like come back and be like, I am so sorry we made you feel that way. Like that was not our intention. You know, we were just stuck in this process and not
right.
And not considering, you know, feelings and like especially those of us who which I've just learned a new word, are high functioning codependents.
Well, this will be another podcast.
I used to call that type A. Now apparently it's high functioning codependent. Those of us who are like that, we don't think about the whole a lot of times. We're focused on the goal.
Well, and that's where in my mind with our children and stuff, and I do a lot of sales calls with business owners.
Yeah.
Right. Who they're struggling or whatever. I'm coming in to try to help them, whether it be through a service, a product, you know, whatever, just being their friend. It's that.
Which a lot of business owners need.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's that feel it, don't fix it. You know, that's what I try to remember. And I feel like that's a really basic emotional intelligence.
That's great.
Everything we do, we want to fix. When someone's sad, you want to make them happy. You know,
want them to not be sad,
yes.
not feel sad, and fix that.
Right. Or they're like, oh, my boyfriend cheated. Well, you shouldn't have been with them. Like, no.
Right.
Like, God, that has to feel terrible.
Yeah.
You know, like I can see why you'd feel like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And that's what she wanted in your situation. She wanted you guys just to feel her feelings.
Yes.
She didn't want you to fix it. She didn't want you to tell her that this is a bad idea.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And I'm really bad about like, that's probably the thing I need to, that I've grown in the most and worked on the most and still have miles to go.
Well, it's hard because a lot of times from the outside, you can see different, you know, it's like when you know a bad relationship and you're like, I can see this thing ain't going to work.
Yeah.
You know, like you can see it from your perspective. And so you just want to fix things because it's easy to you. You're like, I can see where the fix is, but that's not the time for them to know that.
Well, and I think growing up, you always think, well, why would someone tell me their problem if they don't want help?
Right.
So that's the mindset shift for me is people sometimes tell you their problems because they want to get them off their chest and like feel validated that whatever they're feeling is real.
Right.
And know they're not alone in feeling the way they're feeling instead of assuming, like I always assumed everyone wanted help.
Which is why they were telling you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like otherwise, why are you telling me your problems? Like if you're telling me your problems, you want help. So yeah, so shutting that down and know that like people don't always want help.
It's true.
Yeah. I'm trying to be very conscious of that. Positive body language.
Oh, real quick with also emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
A thing we've learned a lot about is asking permission.
I still don't quite get it though.
But like, okay, I'll relate it to the feel or fix, right? You can ask if they want help. Like, are you open to hearing my opinion on this?
See, but I still disagree with that. Like, I'm trying the open thing, right? Are you open to this? Or because people still feel obligated to say yes, even if they're not.
Okay, I can see that.
So I'm struggling with a different way to approach that. Because that was one thing we learned is like, are you open? But if you ask them when they're open, of course they're going to be like, yeah, I'm open.
So they have to also be at a certain level of emotional intelligence for that to work, I think, right? Otherwise they're going to be like, yeah, I'm open. And you're like, no, you're not.
Right. I mean, our son does that because we've been practicing this and he can see through it. Right.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, are you open for feedback? And he'll be like, I guess. Just like, he's like, well, you're going to give it to me anyway. So it's just kind of that. How do we ask permission differently?
Oh, that's a good call. We got to work on that. Because I feel like we do it well with each other, but because we know we've worked on this stuff. And so I think you even know when to ask me that. You know, I think you already know when the answer is going to be no.
Then how do I ask you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We just ask each other like that. I'd be like, are you open for some criticism? Or are you open for me to say something difficult? You know, so you know when to ask me that. Like you can tell just off my emotions in the moment, like, yeah, there's no point in me asking that. I already know the answer is going to be no.
Yeah, it's hard. Like that's a hard one for me still. I don't know the tools.
Okay.
Yet.
So it's reframing. We got to figure out a way to reframe that.
Reframe consent. Like what's another way you can get consent? And maybe it's a this or that instead of an open-ended question or a yes or no question.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so are you wanting help with this or would you like me to just listen?
See, but then I'm trying to put myself in that situation. I would still feel like, well, you probably want to help me then, or you wouldn't ask that.
Not me. Like if someone asked me that and I really didn't want their feedback, I'd be like, no, I just need you to listen.
Okay.
You know, but
so once again, it depends on the level of.
But when you get yes or no questions, I feel you feel obligated as a human to say yes to people, like to be agreeable and open your boundary that maybe really isn't open, but you just feel obligated.
Okay.
I don't know. This is hard stuff, you know?
It is hard. I don't think there's a right answer. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Okay. So our homework is to figure out how to ask consent without it being a yes or no question.
Okay. I like that homework.
Maybe it's even, are you open or closed to feedback? Because then if you, like, that's not as harsh to say, I'm closed right now.
Because no.
It's easier to say, yeah,
no
I'm closed.
Is stronger. Like, no, it just seems kind of rude. We're like, oh, I'm closed. All right.
I don't know. Baby step.
We'll have to try it.
We'll try it. We'll practice that.
Yeah.
Positive body language. Oh, yeah. We kind of talked about, oh, look, it says mirroring, babe. You did awesome.
In positive body language?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, we learned little things like pointing your hips and feet towards someone versus away from them.
Crossing your arms.
Crossing your arms.
Standing sideways. Like there's all these things that
wearing sunglasses is actually anti-charismatic.
Remember how they talk about it in the book? And she's like, you have to bring it up and almost ask permission. Like, hey, that sun is real. I'm having trouble focusing because the sun is really in my eyes. Do you mind if I put my glasses on? Like, I remember that part of the book. And it's like, oh, yeah. So that they still know you want to pay attention. Yeah.
And make that eye contact. Because with sunglasses on, you can't really make eye contact very well. Right.
That's true.
So that's part of it. And then that open posture. God, eye contact is important because if you're constantly looking away from someone when they're talking to you, like just imagine someone, I mean, we've all experienced it when you're trying to talk to someone and they just kind of keep looking away.
It breaks your concentration too. Yeah. One thing I do that I don't even realize anymore, I use a lot of facial expressions.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I'm listening to people and I feel like that shows, you know, like I'm always like my eyebrows are up big or I'm like, well, you know, like, wow. Or like, oh, I could just, you just act like I'm not acting, but it's like face acting.
Like being overly, what's the word?
Animated.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not overly, but it's just instead of just nodding all the time. Like I get so tired of nodding. I hate.
Actually, that was in the book too. She talked about if you overly nod, it's actually like an anti-charismatic thing.
When people are doing it to me, I just want to be like, stop shaking your damn head. Like, bobblehead. But yeah, like the facial expressions, I feel like it matches. Like it's almost a mirror of their emotion. You know, if they're telling you something shocking and you're like, whoa, like you open your eyes and you're all that. It's like, yeah, they clearly get what I'm saying.
Right. They're hearing me.
Yeah. And then like just like a slight lean in too is like usually a little thing. People don't even realize that one. If you just do a little lean into them.
Oh, when they're talking.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Especially so if you're in a group, like say you're like in a little circle and someone's talking. I feel like
it's like in a networking.
Yeah. Say there's like one person talking and 3, 4, 5 you around. Like if you're the guy that kind of just leans in just a little bit, like I think.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed people look at me more when I do that. It's like, oh, well, I'm connecting with him.
Because that's a power move.
Yeah.
You're giving off that power.
Yeah.
That's cool. Good tip, babe.
Oh, thank you.
Now I can feel more confident in networking events. Which is number 5, confidence without arrogance. Projecting self-assurance while staying approachable. People are naturally drawn to those who seem comfortable in their own skin.
That's where Weston struggles. She doesn't look confident in her own skin.
Yeah.
So that's the approachable thing, right? Like little meek standing in the sidelines. That's not who people want to go up to. Not typically.
Another one I would say is if you're always like looking down. Because I'm very confident. Like I have a lot of confidence, but like when I'm in big groups, like it's hard for me. I like look down at the ground. And I feel like that makes me unapproachable.
Yeah.
Like because I don't seem confident.
I think also
it's a shyness thing, but
I think you get shy when a lot of people probably feel like this. I don't know. I don't feel like it, but if you're like in a room looking around and you make eye contact with someone, a lot of people look away real quick. Like, oh shit. You know, I've been seen. A lot of times I'll just give like a little nod, almost like hey, I acknowledge we just looked at each other.
No,
you know,
I like that.
Just kind of a little nod, not like anything creepy or weird, but it's just, it seems better to me than like, oh God, I don't want to look at this person.
I try to smile. Like
that's good too.
You know, but oof, that random eye contact is rough for me.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super uncomfortable for me. So I'm trying to just like live in that uncomfortableness.
That's how you grow, remember?
Yeah, I know. Storytelling ability. So charismatic people can share ideas and experiences in a way that's engaging, memorable, and relatable.
I need work on that one a lot.
I think we both do. So thank you for listening to this podcast because we're trying, right? Like this is our practice for telling good stories.
A good friend of ours, Owen, is probably the best storyteller I know.
Yeah.
Like in my circle.
Yeah, he's really good.
He has such good stories. And it's just the way, maybe they're not that good of stories, but it's the way he tells them.
Yeah, it's the act of telling, not the story itself.
Right. And I'm always like, damn, I don't have any good stories. But I'm just not telling them right.
Right. You do. I don't know if there's a book on that. I think there is.
Storytelling?
Yeah.
There's a master class on it.
Ooh.
I would really like to watch that. We should do that together.
Yeah, let's listen to that together.
I'm down.
Okay. I love it.
I need some storytelling abilities.
Yes. Humor and playfulness. You are the king of the mountain.
Once again, I feel like I was just born with that though.
Ability to lighten the mood, laugh at yourself, and make others smile builds instant rapport. It's also called levity.
Yes.
Right? So that's your superpower. In a very tense situation or anything, like you can just bring in levity and just diffuses everything and changes the whole mood.
Part of that though comes with like, I cannot be embarrassed. It's not allowed in my body.
Like you've just never been embarrassed.
I don't get embarrassed.
Yeah.
And so for me to say something like, I don't like, oh God, I shouldn't have said that. Or, you know, so-and-so's going to think I'm dumb. I come out with it because it's what I felt.
You don't have it.
It's what I felt was right.
Yeah.
And I don't have the embarrassment factor.
Yeah.
So I think that helps tremendously for me.
Oh, for sure.
Because most people are like, I can't say, I wanted to say this, but I couldn't say it because people thought it was weird.
Right.
But yeah, that helps me a ton.
Yeah. It definitely attracts people to you.
Something I was born with.
You're really good at it. Adaptability and social awareness. Reading the room, knowing when to speak up, when to listen, and how to shift your tone or approach depending on the situation.
Yep. Not dominating a conversation or bringing other people in.
Yeah. I think that's a good one.
That's a cool charisma thing, not just being the one standing there, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I have a lot of work to do on that.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm pretty good at like when to listen and knowing when to speak up. But then when I get on a roll, I don't shut up.
It's almost like you get on a soapbox and you're just.
Yeah. Like for me, that's what it is. It's like when to cut it off, not when to speak up and not when to listen, but when to shut up.
You know, what's hard is if people keep asking questions too. And you're like, God, I feel like all I'm doing is talking about myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if they keep asking questions, when do you stop? Or when do you flip-flop it?
Yeah.
That is hard. I don't know the answer to that.
It's interesting though. I'm thinking back to networking events I've gone to by myself.
Yeah.
You know, and being in real estate, it's always 97% men, right? And so it's hard for me to get past the first perception, or what's the word, first impression, or God, what is the word I'm trying to think of?
I don't know.
When people think they know who you are, but they really have no idea who you are, they're people judging you.
Yeah, first impression?
No, not first impression. Like misconception or whatever of like, we were just talking about this morning of like how no one would know how much I know and do about construction, and like I can lay tile, like, and that's been a part of my person since I was, I don't know, the first one we did in our house, 24 years old.
But you don't look like you know how to do that.
Right. So then there's this, I'm trying to think of the word. Dang menopause or perimenopause taking my brain power away. But yeah, it's just like you go up and you try to be charismatic, and like literally like guys will like look me up and down and like just straight up judge on their face.
Kind of like, what do you have to say?
Yes. And then that like just sucks the air out of your trying to fit in or trying to like, it's so challenging. And then if they do happen to ask you enough questions to where you can show what it is that you do and what you know, which half the time they don't even care, and they think you have nothing to offer.
Because they've already made up their mind.
And so it's hard to get to that stage in the conversation and be able to be charismatic because you're not even given the chance to talk.
Right.
Right. So like, I'm trying to like, that just exacerbates things too. So all of this is important because there's people that I've met that probably didn't give me the time of day. Right. Because I was just a girl. What do I know? Right. And like, I could have changed their business by like connecting them with someone I knew, or like they don't know how connected I am. They don't know. Right. So that's where this stuff is so important. Don't judge a book by its cover.
If you're the one on the opposite side.
Yeah.
100%. I agree.
And like, I'll start talking. Like, it's funny. The older men are the ones who will actually like listen. It's the arrogant,
the younger
guys who are like, let's fucking go. You know, like those are the guys that like, they don't have the time of day for you.
Right. Because like, they all have something to prove still. Like they're, you know, and the older men have been through it. They've seen it. Like, and they're more open now.
Yeah.
So I like watching you work those. I love watching you impress people when they're like, oh shit, this girl knows what she's doing. You know, like I can see that moment across their face. And I love that. It warms my heart.
Thanks, babe.
But because you have the confidence.
I'm super impressive, by the way.
Impressive AF. Yeah. Because you're dope.
And we do dope shit. Yeah. So, no, and it's hard to adapt. So, I mean, as a man, imagine going into a room with like all CEO high-powered women, all dressed to the max, and you're like one of two men out of 150 women. Like, you're already a minority. You're already out of your comfort zone, being like, whoa, why is this all women? Right. And then you trying to interrupt a table of women talking about something and them not giving you the time of day.
Yeah.
Like, that's every real estate networking event.
Oh my God. Well, like when we owned our store, I knew a lot about birth and breastfeeding and like things most men probably wouldn't know about, you know? And it's funny, I had the same situation. Like I'd be talking with a woman and she's kind of like talking about her pregnancy and I'd be like, oh, where were you at? Or what stage? Or, you know, when
you'd start bringing up stuff that you shouldn't
like
know.
Talking about effacement and things. And they're like, oh, you can almost see this thing in their brain. Like, he does know some stuff. Yeah. You know, and then it just changes.
Their whole body language changes.
Everything changes with them.
Mm-hmm. I know. I remember when we'd go to this trade show, like the big trade show for my store, like you would become one of the like celebrity husbands of the show because all of my vendors knew you. They all knew that how like open and like knowledgeable you were about that world. And
where that was a mainly female dominated world.
Yeah. So you brought out that charisma and like would participate, you know, where a lot of men wouldn't. And obviously in that world, it was more impressive, right? Where we were talking like high powered, you know, it's a little different, but like those women oogled over men who would listen to them. You know,
right?
It was a different culture in that, but you were like a celebrity with your mama charisma that you had, like your birth and breastfeeding and baby wearing.
And same thing with your situation. That comes with confidence.
Yeah,
you know, like that's a huge portion of it because you have the confidence to go up and start talking about it. If you didn't have any confidence, you'd be one of the flies on the wall doing nothing.
Well, and it helped that like half the shows you were wearing a baby.
Yeah, that did help.
Like a real baby.
That's a hack right there.
That's a hack.
You wear a baby, you go to a baby show.
Well, no, but seriously, like talk about like a not a trick, but a soft skill to open the door for conversations. Is like you found a way by being a man that was wearing a child, right? You found a way to show people with a physical representation, I am open.
No, that's true.
Like I'm open to talking. I'm open to conversations.
So that's kind of what your blue and green rompers are. I feel like when you go to these things, because all the guys are not suits, but they're, you know, all dressed the same.
Yeah.
It's the same guy there.
Yeah.
And then here's this very pretty woman in a...
You think I'm pretty?
No, very pretty. And you have that bright blue romper or your green one. I think that's the same thing. It's kind of like, man, she sticks out. You know, like I got to go talk to this girl. Like that's a charisma thing to me.
In the book, she does talk about how important your clothes are.
Yeah.
Like the difference clothing can make. And I think for you, that was wearing a baby. Like it was an 100%. Accessory. So it would be good to like think about that ahead of time. What is something I could wear that would make the crowd that I'm going to be in? Or, okay, your customers. This is a perfect example. You do not wear a suit and tie when you go on your sales calls.
No, I try to look the least amount like a sales guy as possible.
Because that's not what they want from you.
Well, that's part of my mirroring.
Yes.
If I'm going, so I sell car wash stuff, right? A lot of times I go into small towns with guys that have owned a car wash for 20, 30 years.
And they're probably farmers.
They have multiple jobs, companies, right? So I show up in sometimes a little bit of ratty jeans. I got some work boots on, maybe just a t-shirt. You know, I don't show up with a button-up fancy shirt,
suit and tie.
Then I look like a sales guy.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's such a underutilized charisma skill, is mirroring who it is that you're selling to.
Well, and some companies want you to look a certain way to represent them.
Right. But it's not about them.
And that's, to me, that's not right.
Yeah.
Well, we represent power and like this, and this is how you need to dress. And it's like, that's not my customer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's true. Think about that. Even events you go to. I mean, say you're going to an event for your kids' things,
Mhm.
you know? I mean, you could think of what am I going to look like? Who am I representing myself to be?
Yeah. If you want to like get along with all the parents, what does that mean? Like, what do you need to look like to be open, approachable?
Yeah.
Like if I wore a suit to a PTO meeting, they're probably going to be like, oh, who's this crazy lady? You
You're
know what I
probably
mean?
not going to get invited over for garage beers.
No. Right. Exactly. So yeah, that's a really great, I think that's our golden acorn, babe.
That's probably one of the easiest ones, I think, to start with. Because whether you're shy, outgoing, like anyone can do that.
Yeah. Is to dress according to who you're wanting to talk to.
Yeah. Perfect. I like that, Acorn.
Whether it be dress like them or dress.
Yeah. Do you want to stand out? Yeah. Do you want to wear a suit to the PTO meeting and be like, I want people to look at me like I got my shit together because I own a suit and I'm powerful, right?
Mm-hmm. But then that doesn't make you open.
I agree.
So if you want to be open and then you want to invite people in, I feel like that's the important thing to consider.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good acorn.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's the one. I like it. You know, and I still struggle with that. Like you were saying, the blue romper thing. And then, because I used to always wear a black blazer, you know, shirt underneath, black pants, or just like, and I did like fit in. And I don't know, honestly, still to this day, which one's better.
Really?
I don't, because I feel like I might be taken more seriously when I look more like them, when I look more like a man.
But then is anyone approaching you, or do you feel like they wouldn't approach you because you look different? Like I don't
know. I'm going to have to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Like maybe if it's a 2-day conference,
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, like, I do one of each.
One of each.
And see. Because I mean, one that I went to specifically was all like these massive hedge fund guys. And they were literally all in like Italian suits and all this. And I dressed feminine because that's what our coach told me to do, was dress feminine.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I was completely invisible.
Yeah, so, that's like one of those averages though. You got to throw that one out too, because
that's an outlier.
That was a different type of person. You don't go to shows like that.
No, typically not. Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't take your wedding ring off like when you get to the hotel.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That's another story altogether.
Not me. I did not take my wedding ring off.
Good, you passed the test. Thank you.
No. These guys. Some of these guys. Okay. Graciousness and generosity. Sincere compliments, gratitude, and giving credit freely. Make others feel appreciated and important.
That's what we were talking about with Sloan. I think that's the little thing she says. It's like coming from her heart.
It's her sincere compliments.
Yes.
And her giving credit freely. Yeah.
Yep.
And I, of course, I'm always like, oh, well, let me talk about me. See, this is my overly conscious thing of this, but I have a funny story about compliments. And so I still struggle with being aware of compliments.
Okay.
And I think it's because I'm so hypercritical of myself. So I'm hypercritical of everybody else, you know, and it's because my standards are unrealistically high, right? I know that about myself. I know it's something I need to work on. In college, I had a new, you know, you go to college, you have all these new friends, right? So me and this new girlfriend are driving around town. I think we were like smoking because we were cool, you know, and we were just hanging out, you know, chatting. And she was like, I don't like I want to talk to you about something. And I'm like, okay. I had zero emotional intelligence in college.
Right.
Negative, right? I'm like, okay. And she's like, I don't like how you never compliment me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, grow up. You know what I mean? Like, that was my thought. It was like, who are you? Like, this is my new friend. Oh, poor you. I'm not giving you compliments, right? Like, that was who I was back then. And like, I was just like, okay, like, I'm sorry. That's not really who I am. Like, that's not something ever. But really, it was a matter of like, it was never modeled for me growing up, and I never practiced it. I was never told to do it. Like, literally, my parents didn't do it, nothing. And like, that was a turning point for me to be like, I really don't give anybody compliments ever.
Right.
And after that moment, I did take it to heart, even though I thought it was completely stupid. And I did start trying to practice that. I still think all throughout college, I still sucked at it really bad. Like, I didn't practice enough, but.
So it shows you're looking at people other than yourself, or you're just being selfless.
I mean, for me, there was just nothing to compliment. Like, that's how I was.
When I tell Xander, our son, that sometimes, like, that's how you make, or, when they're, because kids are always like, it's hard to make friends. I can't make friends. How do we even start a conversation?
Yeah.
And I'm always like, well, find something to compliment.
Yeah.
Well, what if there isn't anything to compliment? I'm like, there's still something you can say. You can find something to compliment.
Yeah. And I mean, with owning a store and having to be, charismatic to your customers, I grew in that. And it was like every customer that came, oh my God, I love your purse. Oh my, and then I wouldn't say it to be fake, because that's not who I am. I can't.
No, you are authentic.
I cannot lie about.
That's that car salesman thing, right? Like, you have to be, it has to be real still.
Yeah.
Do you like it for them? I think that's the problem people do, is like, they think, well, I don't like that chain. Yeah, but or that necklace.
I wouldn't wear it.
But does it look good on them?
Yeah.
Is it good for them? That's what you're complimenting. You're not saying, I like that, I would wear it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was my problem before I knew.
Sure.
Was just like, well, it doesn't impress me. Why am I going to compliment it? Like, you had to be like above and beyond reality to impress me, because it just doesn't.
Yeah, your expectations were very high.
Yeah. And they're still too high, but I'm getting better. So yeah, I think, God, that would have changed my life as a teenager and through college, of being more gracious and having more generosity.
Yeah, I still think I need to work on it.
I was going to say, have you ever not had that? Because kind of like Sloan, I feel like
you can be better at it all the time. I don't think I use that enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I think you get caught up in your life, right? And then you're in your head, and you're like, forget that you're out. Like, when we go to the networking events for RIA, and like, I'll be like, you're so quiet. Like, and that's not really who you are. And you feel, what did you say to me about why you thought you were so quiet? Like, you felt like you weren't the expert, so you had nothing to say or something.
That's like not my element necessarily.
So, but for you, it is your element. Because it's not about the real estate, it's about the people.
Right. But for whatever reason in my head, I make it about the real estate. Like, I need to be ready to talk about real estate and be a professional instead of just being a dude.
Instead of being you.
Hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like, it's just such a juxtaposition of who you are. So like, you're not charismatic at those, which is like, you are everywhere else in life.
Not as much. And maybe I do it too as I don't want to say a protection, but I want you to be that there. I don't want to take anything away.
I can understand that.
Because you are, like, everyone there looks up to you, like, that you know what you're talking about. They're impressed by you. And I don't want to diminish any of that.
I appreciate that, but you wouldn't be. I wouldn't take it that way, because you make me stronger when you're that way. Like when you're charismatic and yourself, when you're just authentically you, I'm more comfortable. So I'm even more charismatic and I'm even more myself. Whereas when you're like stoic and kind of like off-putting, not off-putting, but just not you, right?
Yeah.
Then it kind of brings me down. It's like, oh, what's going on? What's happening
don't like
here?
just normal me?
What do you mean normal
just
you?
Normal.
That you are not normal you at those events.
No, that's just like normal in general. Like I'm just like, I'm like normal for humans.
For humans. I'm like, that is not normally how you are.
Average. I'm just the average guy in the mix. Yep.
Yeah, I don't like you being average.
Yeah.
I didn't marry no average guy.
No, you didn't.
We just talked about expectations.
I know. It's a miracle that you married me. I must have been amazing.
I couldn't not marry you.
Yeah.
You're just too perfect.
Is the dimples? See, let's flash them. Can I get a boat?
Sure.
Damn, it works. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as it's exactly the boat I want.
Oh, man.
And then that leads into the final one, which is authenticity. You can sense when someone is putting on a show. True charisma comes from being genuine, aligned words, actions, and intentions.
I think a lot of authenticity comes with age because you start losing your fucks.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is who I am. This is who I want to be.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore about XYZ thinking this. Like,
yeah,
that's hard when you're young. I mean, Xander, he's 17. He just got his hair cut and all he's worried about is what everyone else is saying about his hair. Like,
I know.
I don't even know if he likes it or if he knows he likes it or not.
I know. He loved it when we got home. But then as soon as he went to school, well, yeah. I'm like, I know. Oh my God.
But people are super critical.
Yeah.
And I feel like they are the younger they are until you get old enough and get some experience and start realizing like all that doesn't matter.
I know. I
don't know how to do it younger. I'm trying to look back and
how to teach younger people it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I mean, I had a mullet for 18 years. I was pretty authentic. So
yeah, that's true.
Remember how I said I couldn't be embarrassed? Yeah.
Yeah. 18 years of a mullet will do that.
That'll do that. Yeah, that'll do it. I feel like I've always been pretty authentically myself, but I don't know how to tell people to do that. I just didn't really care what people thought.
Yeah. I mean, that's not our golden acorn to share. As far as like how to do it, I don't think we're the guides and the coach on that. But it's just out there as a suggestion to be more charismatic, right?
It is. The thing I always tell our middle daughter is, she starts, or you brought up to her, ruminating over things, right?
Yes.
Like you're thinking what other people are thinking. And it's like, that's not fair. Like they probably long gone forgot about whatever you're worried about. Mm-hmm. And they're on to the next thing.
Oh, I ruminate so much. It's like one of my worst.
I think that's a good start though, is just to be like, people don't care. They care about themselves. Mm-hmm. They don't care what you're doing. So just be you.
Yeah.
Do it for you.
It's easier said than done.
I know.
For sure.
It is. But
I think really authenticity too is a matter of, going against what you feel like is your true self when maybe like money is involved or opportunity is involved. Like, are you going for that or moving forward in that way? Does it align with your true integrity and your core values? And, I think saying no to things is being authentic.
Yeah. We just had, not to get into it super deep, we just had some issues with our children and being authentic online with who they are in real life.
Yeah.
And I think that's something a lot of people are going to struggle with, or might still already.
I'm sure every kid between the age of 10 and 20.
But that was a huge conversation we had was, in our house, in our family, you are you're authentic, whether it's in person, whether it's online, it's virtual, like you are authentic. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not raising keyboard warriors. You're not going to be someone that you're not in real life on
this
app.
Yeah. Like if you wouldn't say it to your teacher, to us, to your principal, then you shouldn't say it online.
Yes.
Right. And I mean, we've navigated that now through all 3 kids so far. Like we've had little issues with all of them, just different behaviors, right? Online. And it sucks because we didn't have what they have when we were their age. So we can't really relate at the same level.
It's hard to guide that.
So now we have to like relate as these mature, fully developed frontal lobe adults to say, hey, that's not okay. Right.
Yeah.
So.
And there's so much influence they have that we didn't, like it's tough.
It is tough. But yeah, I mean, so you're not being authentic at the real estate events.
You just gonna out me like that?
Yeah, I am.
Dang, fighting words.
But you're not.
No. And I know I'm not being.
Yeah. And so I think I have a test for you, or I have a challenge for you.
Real quick.
To be authentic.
When do I get to be shy then?
You are not shy.
But when do I get to? What if I
do you want to be shy?
Maybe I do.
No, you don't.
Maybe that's my break. Maybe that's my break when I go there.
No.
And I'm like, I can just shut up and stand by the wall and just melt.
You don't have to talk about real estate. I think that's also the misconception.
Is your eye twitching?
It is.
Or are you winking at me?
No.
Girl, you got me, girl. You don't have to wink.
I'll keep winking at you.
Are you risen me up right now?
Thinking about networking is making me so stressed out that my eye is twitching.
What is your challenge for me?
My challenge for you is to be your authentic self at the next RIA.
Okay.
That we go to. I feel like that's a lot of times why you don't even want to go. Because you're not going to be you. And so you feel like I'm going to go be this fake person. So that's my challenge.
All right.
To you.
You have to let me know how I do then. Well, I don't know in the next one. We just had one.
I'm going to remind you. Oh, dang. I think we're going to be out of town for the next one. So it'll be...
Oh, dang.
It'll be November. But yeah.
Well, I like this. This was fun. This is good. Just good things for me to think about too.
Oh God, me too. I have so much to work on in this department. So
yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, you do a lot. Way more than me.
It's true.
It's going to take you a lot more podcasts before you're ready. Thank you for joining Golden Acorns. Remember that small steps you take today can lead to big growth tomorrow. Keep planting those seeds of potential. Watch your life flourish in ways that truly matter. If you found this episode helpful, share it with someone that could use a little inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a chance to grow with us.